Listen to this and give me judgment, please, will you? So I've been asked a question by a colleague to list 3 main reasons that I find wrong with the Nana Addo government to make me not interested in supporting Dr. Bawumia's campaign in this year's election. This is a discussion between me and my colleague. Now, this colleague of mine and I separately campaigned for Nana Addo in 2016 in our small ways, and it helped the party a lot. And I know the MP in that constituency will attest to it. Now, his intention is to ascertain whether my reasons are potent enough to make me lose faith in the vice president. So instead of doing it to him in person, I've decided to answer it to all of you guys, my listeners, to hear your comments on it. I want you, my listeners, to judge whether my points carry enough weight or if I'm only being petty. My first reason is this. I want to understand how you use 20 billion Ghana cedis to solve a 9 billion Ghana cedis problem. Please pay attention. So the Bank of Ghana needed 9 billion Ghana cedis in 2017 to resolve the financial mess the many local banks had created in the years before. And that would have kept the banks afloat, ladies and gentlemen, and given Ghana at least one major homegrown bank in GN Bank. Instead, the government decided not to go that route of using the 9 billion Ghana cedis to resolve the issue, but rather end up blowing 25 billion Ghana cedis, collapsing some of the banks and amalgamating the rest. To you that's listening, is this a sign of a government with good managerial skills? Number 2, if $1 to 4 Ghana cedis is too bad, under what calculation or wisdom does $1 to 16 Ghana cedis become reasonable or good? Please make that make sense to me. And here's the third one. This is the one straw that broke the camel's back. Ladies and gentlemen, when you normally use, let's say, 50 Ghana cedis to clear your goods from the port, and one day you walk to the same port and you are given a bill of 250 Ghana cedis to clear half of the same goods you used to clear for 50 Ghana cedis, how would that make you feel? To be honest, I voted twice for Nana Addo. The first time in 2016 was because I detested Dumso. And the second time in 2020 was because I thought he did well with the economy and started the free SHS. But since COVID happened, ladies and gentlemen, everything changed. And this is the issue I have with the current administration. And I want you to listen as a young person, especially coming up. As a man, you have to understand that true leadership isn't when everything is rosy and quiet. Rather, quality and true leadership is born when there is a problem that needs critical thinking and solutions. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is when I realized we didn't have it. When President Nana Addo was coming on TV to speak to Ghanaians on directives and encourage our people, it felt like he had his foot to the ground until the dust settled. Now, all of a sudden, there is no accountability on how the COVID monies were used. The COVID levy is still being charged on us till this day. In addition to that, we had to now pay back all the free water and light we enjoyed. Then taxes began to rise and new ones were introduced. Prices of goods and services shot up and our Ghana cedis became almost powerless even until now. I look back and realize, ladies and gentlemen, that all the successes the government chalked from 2016 to 2020 were born out of loan money, and nothing remotely close to the promises they made us about not depending on loans. Do I have a point in this, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe you can convince me out of this. And you can do this by joining me tonight at 6 p.m. on Tuntum Network live on TikTok. Make sure to join early and call in.